Welcome into this life transformation talk. I am so grateful it's another day. Today we are going to tackle our series, and it's going to be 7 day series on emotions. And if it is your first time here, my name is Sandy Raphael Jigo. I am running an online business, and I'm also doing a life transformation course that soon I'll become a life transformation coach. That's something I desired to do a long time ago because I didn't get the opportunity then, and now I'm doing it. So I do this show to help us grow together, to help me and to help you to grow to understand why things happen the way they happen. So the music at the background is by Fiona Mukasa from Kampala. That I love Jesus. Don't I be against In fact, this topic is one of the hardest. I just want to read it a little bit. This topic is one of the hardest. I did not want to talk about it, but it's in my program and I have to talk about it. And I know that by talking about it, I am being transformed, I am being changed, and life transformation is taking place within me, and also within others. So we are talking about emotions. Emotions are some of the difficult things we don't want to talk about, more especially when it is a bad emotion. We have emotions. Let me just I've given my explanation here. Emotions are response to situations. How we respond to situations, and they are feelings that shapes how we react, how we communicate, and even make decisions. So emotions can be positive and can be also negative. That's when it is positive, we are very happy, we're excited, we are joyful, we are laughing. But when it is negative, we are angry, we are crying, we are sad. You see, there are a lot of things. But I learned that even in the sad emotion, even when you're very angry, there are layers of emotions. But even when the other ones show up so loud, like the anger, when it shows up, behind the anger, there is love. Behind another emotion, there is another. There are about 6 layers of emotions that when we express one, it's just that one that comes up, but there are other ones just behind it. If anything triggers it, and that one will show up. So that's how we are just created. But sometimes, because we don't understand, we think that, oh, if that person expressed an anger emotion, that person is bad, they are not good. But behind that, there's something that has triggered that emotion to come up. And when that person is angry, it means that person maybe has loved something, and that thing that person loved has been tempered with, and can bring up emotions, can bring up that angry emotions or hard emotions or very sad or happy. It just show up. It show up. And sometimes you even don't need to think about it. Sometimes there are people who are not very good in they are not very good in controlling the emotions, and when it shows up, it come out of control. It's not that they are bad, it's just that they didn't learn how to manage it, and sometimes it show up so strong. It depends on what happened. So it is just a natural thing. It is how we are made. The emotions are just part of us, and how it expresses itself, it is because of what has been going around. It's because of the environment, it's because of the surrounding. So in my model, there are there are 6 layers of emotion. There is pain, there is anger, there is pain, there is regret. These are the negative terms, and there is desire. And in all those emotions, there are there's one behind the other. There are so many other layers behind that one that have shown up. So that's why it's very important for us to not suppress them down. Let them show up. Let us acknowledge them. For example, if I'm angry, I just need to tell that person I am angry because of this and that and that. Because when we suppress them, it can lead to a lot of other things that we may not be in control. It can lead to anxiety, it can lead to stress, it can lead to many other things that can lead to many other things like sicknesses, which may be out of control. It can also lead us in not making decisions because you'll be concentrating yourself in that emotions. Why did that person did this and that? You concentrate on the emotions. Your mind can never concentrate on the opportunities that you could have taken. Maybe if there's something show up that you could have taken action, it's very hard to take action when you're under hard emotions, more especially when you're angry, when you're hurt, someone hurt you or something hurt you. Maybe you're in pain, maybe you're sick, you see, you feel the pain. It's very hard. It's very rare that many people take a decision when they are in pain or when they're, and sometimes when we take decision when we are angry, when we are in emotional, you may make a wrong decision that sometimes you regret. Why did I make this? Because your sense were not in place. So when it comes back, you remember, why did I do this? So emotions influences our relationship. It influences our mindset, how we make decisions. That's why I just want to share this because it's not part of the business, but it's part of life transformation. Because if we want to share our business information and there is that person is not transformed, it becomes very hard for that person to make decisions. So life transformation opens up doors, opportunities that we can be able to realize and be able to take action. Even if means going back to school, you can be able to go back to school with an open mind and learn. When you have the right mindset, you have and emotions comes every time. It changes. It's not permanent. That's why we shouldn't make decisions when we are very happy or when we are very angry, because we can easily make a wrong decision. So they are not permanent. They just come and go. They just come and go. But it's important to express that emotions, because that emotion can suppress you from making decisions and limit your growth, or delay your growth, or delay the development that you're supposed to take place. So once it comes up, if you're angry, yes, be angry. And once it's off, that's it. And I express my anger. If I am very angry, I go and cry. So when I cry, it's off. Or maybe I say it out to that person what I want to say. But sometimes it's very hard because when you're angry, you can talk with something even you never planned to talk. So it's very hard, more especially when someone hurts you and you don't know the reason why that person hurts you. It's one of the difficult things that it's very hard. I went through it. It's very hard, but it's very important to release it, to let it go, to talk about it, because it hurts you and it limits you yourself. It's not for that person who has hurt you, but it is for yourself to grow, so that your mind can grow, your mind can be open, so you can be able to make decisions, so you can be able to take whatever that you wanted to take, to do, or you wanted to say something. Just it is for you. Like when we talk about in a Christian, for those ones who are Christian, they can relate to this. That even I think in other religions too, even Muslims, even whatever religions, I believe, even in the traditional, our own African tradition, is there forgiveness. If you have misunderstanding with someone, maybe your brother, maybe your sister, or your mother, or whatever, normally come and forgive yourself. But the understanding is that you just have to forgive there and then. But sometimes it is an emotion. It comes from your heart. When it comes from your heart, it's very healthy, because once you have let it go, it doesn't come back again. But when it is forced, it doesn't go. It increases. So it's in most times we say, yes, forgive. Forgiveness is not really for that person. Forgiveness is for your own self. If you choose to let that person be in your heart, you don't want to let it go, you imprison your own self because you cannot concentrate, you cannot think right, you cannot be creative. I just love to share this because in starting up a business, it brings your creativity out. And when that creativity is sat down because of the emotions that are behind it, or maybe something that is going around, but you're just suppressing it, it can be able, it can hurt you a lot, and you can never go very far. You may think the business is the problem, or that something is the problem, or this one is the problem. But the problem is just within yourself. When you let it go and then you let open doors open for you. So forgiveness, when we talk about forgiveness, is the most important thing, not for that person who has hurt you, or maybe not that person to. It's not also to show weakness, that you're weak. It's not also to show that that person is strong, or maybe it's not even to show that what that person did was right. No, it is just for you to release yourself, to be free, so that you can move on doing whatever that you wanted to do. You can be able to uh, think right. You can be able to make the right decision. So it's very important that we understand to forgive is to help ourselves, not to help that person. And many times we suppress our emotions, even when we are so angry because we fear what people will say of us, people's judgment. We don't want to express it. And that's the most difficult part. That's the most bad part, even, let me say. Because when it is not, when that emotion is not expressed, it keeps growing inside because you will not feel happy. You know very well you're not happy. You will just be unhappy. You will concentrate more on understanding it by yourself, and because you did not get the right answer, you couldn't get the right um thing, why it happened or how it happened. Sometimes it leads to stress, it leads to anxiety, it leads to a lot of other things, mental problems. We have seen so many people with mental problem because of something that they have not released out, emotions. They have not talked out, they have not cried it out, they have not shared it out. Me, if I have something that really hurts me, I look for possible way to share it with someone at least, so that I can release, so that or maybe I tell that person what I really feel, and I can get relief. And after that, I don't have it anymore. Even though I will talk about it, I'll talk about it because it's something that has happened in my life. It's part of my story that has happened. But I don't talk with it. I don't talk with anger because I have released it. Because not because of that person, but because of my own self. Because of what I want to do in my life, with my life and in my life. So I have to let it go. I have to speak it out. I used to tell people that if you have some emotion, someone made me angry, I will talk it out so we divide the anger 50-50. And that really helps me a lot. So when we express our emotions in a healthy way, it can lead to growth and transformation. It can lead to our own growth. It can lead to our own transformation in life. Because our creativity opens up, because there is nothing that blocks our mind or shuts our mind down. We have an open mind. We have a clear mind to make clear decisions. So it really opens up as a growth in life and transformation. So emotions, because it influences even our relationship at home. It could be with a business partners, it could be with your partner, it could be with the children, it could be with yourself. I have seen many people who don't like themselves because of something happened somewhere and those emotions were not expressed. And they hated themselves. I have seen so many people who have committed suicide because they thought they made a wrong decision. Maybe they did not express their emotions. So it's something very hard, really, but it's very important we face it. It's very important we talk about it. It's very important we open up sometimes. And sometimes we don't find the rightful people to open up to. So you need to find us, maybe someone, maybe you go to a therapy, maybe counseling. Yeah, some of those things. Even in churches, they're there. You can go, and because it obstructs you from many things. So it's very important. We don't need to ignore it. It's something that really is very important, more especially when we want to make decisions, when we want to grow. It is very important. Our emotions play a big role, and suppressed emotions play a big role in making us delay our progress, or maybe even limiting our progress because of that. It affects even our career if we don't express it. It's because how you produce your service, your how you do the work, it will not be as when your emotions are clear. So it's very important we really come check on this. I have been battling with this for a very long time, but I understood later. There was someone, he was an Indian, and it was just a random video I got on Facebook, and he said that emotions are the most things that influences our lives. And when we don't express it in the right way, it hurts us. He says that when you choose not to forgive someone, it's like you're taking poison for your own self. You're taking poison for your own self and kill yourself, or maybe put yourself in prison. That's what he said. When I learned that, guys, I don't let someone to hurt me and I keep them in my heart. I don't have room for keeping people in my heart. I just have room for my growth, thinking what I can do, how I can be creative. So that person really helps me a lot because there are so many people who have hurt me, and I started to release them slowly, slowly, slowly. It's a process until it's normal. And even when I talk about what happened, it's just something that is already part of my life. I cannot change it. It has happened. So it has built my resilience. So when we stop hiding our emotions, it opens up ourselves to becoming resilient. We become very strong. But our emotions are not our weakness. They are not our weakness. For example, when you cry when something happened, it doesn't mean you're very weak. Maybe if you're angry when something happened to you, it doesn't mean you're weak. It's just the way you express your emotions. Our emotions are our strength because they can build our resilience. Afterwards, we become strong when something happened to us and we handle it in a right way. It can build our strength. It becomes like something we can relate to. I have seen so many people who were very angry and they were very sad, and they did something. They turned their emotions, their bad emotions, into something that was positive. They turned it into positive, and it's possible for us to turn our emotions into positive. So when we suppress it, it can lead to burnout, it can lead to stress, and we need to acknowledge them. We need to acknowledge our emotions so we can be able to make better decisions. So we can be able to make a better decisions for our own selves. So we can be able to open up our creative self, our creative mind. So it's all on speaking up, talking it out, acknowledging the emotion that is there, most especially when it's the 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 hard emotions, most especially when you're angry, when you're hard, those emotions. I have some people who don't know how to express their emotions. If they are very happy, they cry. I am that. If I am so excited, I cry. I don't know why. I don't know how to explain it, but I cry. Even I don't know why I cry a lot, but I believe because of what I went through, and something that excites me, I cry. Something that really hurts me, I cry. So crying becomes that emotion for me to express myself. I express myself. When I was young, I used to cry a lot, but I don't know why. But I think because of, yeah, there was really a very hard situation surrounding my childhood, but I think that could be some of the things that makes me cry. But now at least it has reduced. I still cry. But not very much as when I was still young. When I'm very happy, when I'm so excited, I cry. Even when I pray, I cry. My husband one time was he was very irritated about my crying. And I cannot explain it. I can't explain this why it is happening. It just comes in worship. I cry. And and when something happened to that is so even not sometimes because of me, but if something happened to someone that is really emotional, that really touched my heart, tears comes to my eyes. Just to express gratitude, sometimes I cry. This is this crying healthy or but it helps me a lot, more especially when something bad happened, I cry. I am free after that. Even though I don't talk to someone else, I'll be okay with it. So expressing our emotions is very important because it frees us from a lot of something that could have happened, like stress, burnout, anxiety, uh, uh, mental problem. It helps us reduce that. It also brings a through authentic connections because people can relate to you when you are angry and you say when you're angry, you say it out. There is no one who is not angry in this world. I don't know. At least somewhere, somehow, in certain situations, something has really triggered you and you are not happy about it. It is normal for everyone to be angry, to be happy, to be excited, to be joyful, to be sad. These are all emotions that are built in ourselves. These are built-in emotions. So it is not wrong to express it when you cry. Let you cry it out. Just like you need to, if someone is crying next to you, you need to just get a very good container. So the person can cry. Just give that room for the person to let it go. For the person to let it go, but do not suppress it. I have learned that a lot. I used to do that also when my children cry, I say, stop it, stop, don't cry. See, it's not right. I learned that. I don't know why this topic came to me all dimension of my life. I am doing another course for parenting and this week last week we talked about emotions and we talked about suppressing emotions also. And and in my course, it's also on emotion model tray about emotion. So I think it's the perfect time for me to talk about it, though I was so hesitant to talk about it because also of my emotions. I was afraid. You see, when you are just afraid to talk about something and it is something that can really get you out, this is the life transformation show. And emotions help us to grow. Emotions help us to grow. As we say that uh, emotions can let us connect to our authentic self, and we can connect with other people because they can relate to us. They can relate to us because they too also got angry, maybe got hurt, maybe got pain, or maybe got happy, got excited. Everyone experiences these emotions, so it fosters deeper connection. Emotions also, when it is handled well, when you let it go, it leads to healing. For example, if you have been hurt, you can heal, you can forgive. And I remember saying that forgiveness is not for that person who hurt you, it's for your own self. It's for your own self, it's for your own growth. So it fosters healing and growth starts to express itself. You can grow when you have let that bad emotions that suppress your mind from making the right decisions, you can grow. But when you bottle it up, bottling up emotions can delay your healing. So you don't need to bottle up, don't need to contain it, to keep it. Just let it go. Express it when you need to. Express it out, and don't take actions or decisions when you're angry because it is you may not make the right decision. So when expressed, when expressed in the right way, emotions can open doors because your mind is already opened up to make decisions. You know how to express yourself. You are in your creative self. Our creativity does not come when we are so sad, when we are angry. Some people know how to express their anger. I have my daughter who one day I was taking her for immunization, and she was afraid for the injection, and she started documenting her emotions. Today I'm going to pierce and it's going to be painful. She just wrote that, and when the doctor saw that she was really sad, okay, she started explaining why the immunization has to take place. And yes, after that she understood and her emotions came down. Even when we went for the vaccination, she was not as afraid as before. So expressing our emotions in different ways, it's very important. It's only that we don't need to let our emotions hurt someone. Let it not hurt someone. Let it not cause harm to yourself or to others. Express it maybe in a way you can write it down, you can document, you can talk to someone, you can speak it out, you can write a book, you can write a song, you can do something. It will help you a lot. So I'm so grateful for this. Is one of the hardest topic to talk about. So I believe that we'll understand that when we have emotions, we don't need to shut it down. And when we have to let it go, not because of those persons that has or that thing that has happened, but it is because of our own self, to have a healthy mind, healthy body, and because it's when we keep it, it can delay or even limit our growth. So it's very important. Even when you wanted to start up something, you wanted to start up a business, for example, like this business I'm running, you are to do a lot of things. So if you don't have a creative mind, if your mind is not open, it becomes very hard for you to really move on. So it's very important we clear our mind, our thoughts, free from any bad emotions, and know that if someone expresses anger or maybe who's not happy, there is some other emotion behind it. Someone said that there is love behind every emotion. There is love. Even when the person is angry, behind that anger, there is, if you dig deeper, there is love. There is actual love. Someone cannot, if something that you really don't desire so much, you can't be angry for it because it doesn't matter to you. It doesn't connect to you. So why be angry? So we always become angry because we love someone or something we have connection with, and something tempered with it, and that leads to what emotion that has happened. So I'm so excited. I just want to share this. We are going to be talking about this for the next 1 week. We're going to also learn how emotions can help us grow, how it can be our strength, how it can lead us to our authentic self. So let us know on the comment section if you were angry one day, or maybe you have some emotions that you suppressed. What happened when you suppressed it? What happened when you decide to release it? What happened? Let us know on the comment section, because this will help someone else out there. I said that in this show, this is a judgment-free zone where we are here to transform our lives for the best, just to be a little better than what we were yesterday. So you are welcome to share what emotions you had and how you handle your emotions. Did you keep it? Did you shut it down? How did you go with it? So I'm so grateful you're here, and can't wait to share with you again tomorrow. And I can't wait to read your comments. I really love to read your comments. It helps me grow. It helps me help others. And not only me, because not only me reading it, there are so many people who are reading the comments from different parts of the world, and they are also going through a very difficult time, that your comment could be the answer to what they are going through. Maybe sometimes some of the things in our life just need just a word, and that person will be okay. So see you there. Have a blessed time tomorrow, same time and same place. God bless you. Bye.